come back to that
All right.
eventually. This is from another viewer, Ryan Bergman. Wants to know.
The Bergman. Oh, Alex Bergman. Ryan Bergman. Yeah.
Yep, Ryan Bergman. Which commentator is your fave to work with, and why?
Favorite commentary. I've made no bones about this, Mr. Charlie Taylor. Oh, yes. Chuck Taylor, he's just, he's on par with what this professional wrestling business should be, which is everything that professional wrestling is not. Charlie Taylor is a man that I have much respect for, not only because of his wonderful skills on the commentary table, but also for his skills in the bedroom. And I'm talking, of course, about the vacuuming, the sweeping, the bidet covers and whatnot.
We have a series of questions here relating to your work in death matches, and I think I know where this is coming from. You do have an upcoming tour of Japan, and I know everyone's familiar with your work in Takara, and of course, any of us who are really fans are familiar with your work in Full Region Pro. I'm a fan.
Thank you.
And I'm sure that it was the core tapes that sort of filtered their way over to Japan, and now you're going over for a tour.
Yes.
Are you planning on working any death matches while you're over there? I mean, I have a bunch of questions about that. I mean, this is what people really want to know about. So if you wanted to, just kind of talk about that a little bit, any of your experiences.
Well, let me just say this. I have made a few excursions into the deathmatch realm. I will make no bones about that. Both in my younger days, as well as my middle days and my older days. Now, as far as Japan goes, who is to say? Anything goes over there in Japan, the land of the rising sun, if you will. If we are in Kabuki-Chow, if you will, and if I go into one of the doors with the red light streaming through the window, and I knock and I walk through, and one of the young ladies, of course, puts down some sort of contraption, medieval-like torture device, and wants me to get into this contraption. Who am I to deny such a thing? Is this what you're speaking of with the death match? With a death match,
like light tubes and barbed wire.
Yes, I believe I will be engaging in some of the hardcore brawling, if you will, made famous in the Tupelo concession stand brawl of Tupelo, Mississippi. That kind of thing, hitting mustard, ketchup, doggies.
Oh, this is an interesting question.
It's about Orange Cassidy?
It's not about Orange Cassidy. Will Ultra Zero ever team again?
A very interesting question that you have there about Ultra Zero. Mr. Zero, he and I go way, way, way back. And we've had our differences. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we were allies, and then we were at opposite sides of the spectrum, and we did not agree. But ultimately, Mr. Zero, a man whose wedding I actually was a party to. I of course was at the birth of his 5 newborn sons. I was a godfather at their baptism and confirmation and communion and anointing of the sick. So yes, who's to say with Mr. Zero? Anything could happen in the future, and anything will happen. And I hope that one day, if that reunion takes place, it takes place on this very show, Ms. Q.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Okay, we have another question here.
Excuse me, I must take this. Please.
No.
Hello. Yes.
Well, I guess this is as good a time as any. I want to announce the winner of our Submit Questions for UltraMantis Black contest. Congratulations, Jeremy Normal. You've won 2
Ravioli
DVDs. Mantis, do you want to congratulate?
Well, that is what I'm saying.
Congratulations from UltraMantis Black too.
But yes, okay. Yes, we'll chat this. Okay, wait, yeah. We'll discuss it further over. Yes, thank you.
Our last viewer question comes from Mass Distraction. Are there any evil villains from, say, the 80s you looked up to when you were growing up, fooling with the TV gizmo or whatever your story is?
Number 1, Pitfall Harry. Number 2, Subway vigilante Bernard Getz. That's about it.
Okay, just to kind of wrap this up, want to kind of get a little dialogue going on here. I'm going to throw some names out at you and just give me a quick thought on, let's see here, Blind Rage.
Blind Rage, well, his time in the Neo Solar Temple should surely not be forgotten. Currently working as a karaoke singer under the pseudonym Neko in a bar near you.
Let's see here, Bryce Remsburg.
Bryce Remsburg, incompetent, has some sort of vision problem which he needs to have taken a look at. I believe he has some sort of refractory type of condition.
I don't really think any of that's true.
No?
Sean Mooney.
Sean Mooney, wow. Next.
Randy the Ram Robinson.
That's a character, a fictional character from a television program. Next, please.
How about Hydra?
Hydra? I believe you've already touched on Hydra previously in this interview. The man's a no good Nick.
Let's get a little bit deeper into this. Like, what about his little incident with pharmaceutical performance enhancing sort of?
I was against that from day one. He was addicted to the HGH, the PCD, the RTD2. I was against all of it, and I condemned it. I said, Hydra, you can't do this. This is not right. This goes against all our scruples in this wrestling business, and we must respect what our forefathers have brought up with us. And he turned his back on that, and he did what he wanted to do, and it cost him many matches in the Chikara Pro. It cost him many matches in professional wrestling in general, and he was suspended, and it cost me a great deal of money. And of course, my financial backer, the Golden Palomino, Larry Sweeney, money is nothing to the man, but I just can't have this going on forever. And so I said, Hydra, you no good, Nick. You are worth nothing. You are meaningless to me in this business. And therefore, I did away with him. I did away with that backstabber and that traitor and that terrible, terrible young punk.
What if I told you Hydra was backstage the whole time?